Try to imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light.
Total protonic reversal.
Protonic reversal.
Protonic Reversal with your host, Conan Neutron. Broadcasting from a secret underground lair in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
A gigantic middle finger to everything that is rotten about music, rock and roll, and corporate power.
The thing is, though, if you don't laugh, you're going to go on a killing spree with sharpened nails.
Confidence of a hero or a fool. I wasn't exactly certain which.
Could not be more professional.
It means something. It means something. You know, that's my take. What's yours?
Protonic Reversal!
That's like a science thing, right?
Indeed it is. It is a science thing. It is a science place. It is a scientific fact that we're all up in your face. It is time once again for the one, the only Protonic Reversal. Welcome to it. That's right, episode 468. God damn, it's a lot of episodes. Gatta, this is the last one for, I guess it's the last one for the summer, really, and that's bittersweet, right? But of course, that's because Conan Neutron Secret Friends is going to be on tour. Please, come out to those shows. San Francisco, Sacramento, Eureka, Portland, Seattle, all with the Null, which features my ex-bandmate Jacob from Victory and Associates. Gotta say Jacob, not Mouse. And they're great. It's going to be a really cool time. Of course, Caterwall West in Los Angeles on the 4th and 5th of September as well. And the 11th, 12th, and 13th, Detroit, Milwaukee, and Minneapolis. So come check that out, neutronfriends.com. What I should have done before this is welcome to Conan Neutron's Protonic Reversal. I'm your host, Conan Neutron. I'm a rock and roll lifer. It's been touring and recording for 26 years, most known for the band Conan Neutron, The Secret Friends. Music is a huge part of my life, and I use the format of this very long-running podcast to talk about music with musicians whose work I enjoy and respect, but who may not be household names. This is episode 468. Now, if this is your first time listening to the show, archives are available for free. No ads, no sponsors, no kidding, at protonicreversal.com. However, if you want to support the show and get episodes sooner, $1 a month at patreon.com/protonicreversal will achieve that goal. And if you like the show, or even just a single episode, please feel free to subscribe on your platform of choice, share it around on the internet, even leave a review. All that helps people discover the show. It beats back the almighty algorithmic overlords. And it's just a darn nice thing to do. So tonight's special episode, Weekend Edition, very NPR. I have returning guests Clinton and Danny of the excellent band Mr. Flies, who just have a flurry of activity going on, including massive tour, live records. Look, it's so cool. I'm so stoked to see them out there. And of course, there's the incredible Gatta Morta record and band as well that we're going to talk about. So without any further ado, I feel like there's been a lot of lead up on my side. Let's have them on immediately. Clinton, Danny, welcome back to the show.
Hey.
What's up?
It's been a bit, I realize. I mean, I've seen you.
It's been a while.
But it's been a bit. It's been a while. And you have been very busy. You've been very busy and are about to be a lot busier. So I think it was 347. Wow, 347 in August 2023.
That feels like
top fact
forever
checkers
ago.
have told me.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that feels like God, that feels like forever ago. 2023, 3 years feels like forever ago, but it also feels like yesterday. Like when I think about it now, I'm like, that wasn't that long ago. And then when I think about everything that's happened, I'm like, that was a long time ago.
3 weeks or 3 decades. Yeah, I just did a thing where I was like, oh, we were just down there, right? No, that was 2019.
Jeez, that hits hard.
Yeah, and that respond with the gif of the rapidly aging gif is my general response for that.
2019 is literally like BC before COVID.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
That's a weird world to live. We open mouth coughed on everyone we loved. Like we didn't care.
Let's just exchange some bodily fluids amongst friends.
Yeah, why not?
Why wouldn't you?
You went to work super sick regardless. It didn't
Yeah,
matter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People were
No
hyped
excuse.
when you went to work sick. You were like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it. Yes.
I finally get a break.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm definitely calling off Friday.
Let's start with some of the more recent stuff in Fly's world. Tell me about this live record. I love the concept with this. This is so cool. Tell me how this came to pass. Tell me like where this idea spring from. What's it all about?
Yeah, so the live album kind of came about from, well, Fly's got signed to AMREP via the live album they did with their first drummer, Real Life Suicide. And so it's been 10 years that Fly's been a band. So we were kind of like, let's do something to celebrate that and see like where the band is now versus where it started.
Yeah, and it's I feel like in the fashion of what you guys do, there's a bit of a conceit of like, well, instead of just being the normal live band thing of everybody's excited to be here and woo, yeah, it's like, no, we want you to do the opposite. We want you.
Yeah.
Let me add on to that though, that it's insane to have, because that show was that room holds like 500 people.
Yes, empty bottle,
And-
right? That sounds about right.
Yeah. And they were at capacity and still had a line around the building until 9:30 at night. And so it was
People love
shoulder to
booing.
shoulder, shoulder to shoulder of people scream booing the entire time. Like not a boo, like here and then like violent scream booing.
Right.
Every insult you can imagine for 40 minutes. Like everything you think of in your head as a musician, like that's gonna happen and like you're afraid it's gonna happen, happened that night. And it was
Right.
It's a next level of being like, I was very hyped and like very excited to do it. And like in the moment I was like, because I got to say crazy stuff like we're trying our best, and people be like, "Bah!" like lose their mind and be like, you suck, get off stage. And like in that moment, I was like, this actually hurts, but it rocks. Like so loud, Conan. I couldn't hear Dan's drums. Like it was ungodly loud. Like points where I had to look at him and be like, I couldn't hear monitors anymore because people are leaning on the stage to scream.
To scream
And I was
and
like,
yell.
Yeah.
Because you've unleashed the beast.
It was awesome.
And it's so it's like the culmination of every anxiety dream ever all at the same time in the most vivid way possible, and also just like the cartoonish idea, because we all know that like it's most like it happens indifference, right? People are mostly gonna whatever, I don't care about that. Like to get people like riled up about stuff. I mean, you hear like Van Halen got that treatment like way back when, and like there's a few instances, but it's pretty rare. And so to have this cartoonish overreaction, that sounds like, well, first of all, it's a hellscape of your own devising. So all you can do is be like, well, all right, we literally asked for it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was funny to feel those feelings and be like, we were in on the joke, like, but it still feels weird.
Yeah, there was like there's a really cool moment at the end where we were like, we're done. And we were done, like genuinely done. And we left, and then like without prompted, there's like a group of people started being like, no more songs. And it's like a good 4 or 5 minutes of the entire room screaming that. And I like looked at Danny, I was like, we have to go play one more. Like we have to, it's too funny. And as soon as we hit the stage, wherever the Joey, who does sound for Foxy Shazam, and he tours with them a lot, he did the sound at Empty Bottle for the show. We love him. It's like the way he had the mic placement, he caught one guy that when we're coming back up, this guy's like, God damn it, no! And it's just immense booing, wild, violent booing again. Like, so it's so good.
I love it.
Like, I'm so hyped with it.
Yeah, and another thing that happens unprompted was we were like, before that encore, we were like, this is gonna be our last song, and then everyone started cheering,
They was like, yeah.
clapping. Yeah.
It rocked. And like there's parts too where like the quietest, like Rodeo Clown's like a real quiet song, and that entire just guitar vocal part is people yelling the most heinous things at me the entire time. Just like,
And you still gotta like stay in it too, so it's like you can't.
Yeah. It was also hard to hear him. Like, I kind of had to sing the lyrics in my head, so I was like with him still, because I literally couldn't hear him.
Well, at least it's a song you're really familiar with, you know. Where, because that's if it was like a new one, you'd be like, ugh.
Yeah, for sure.
And the funny part is, Conan, it's like it's very comical, right? And like you nailed it. It's like so funny to do, but it's also when we listen back, I was like, this is the best we've ever played.
Right.
Like, you know,
So that's another level of the joke too, of like, it's actually a really good live performance.
It
But
sounds like if you ever need a live record capture, Joey, I'll send you the link. Joey crushed it. Like to capture a live, heavy ass, loud, noisy band. It sounds so good, and everything is crystal clear and just big and enormous. And I was like, this sounds so good, and it's even better that people like played along with the jokes. I'm so happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah.
Well, and so oftentimes with music, it can be difficult to get people to transcend the I'm watching the thing and be part of the more experience, like the tactile experience of being there is always going to be there, but like to participate in a way that engages with everybody, and it's absolutely hilarious. Like I will be honest, I was a little jealous. I was like, that's such a good idea. That's such a good idea. But the thing is, it works so well with y'all's stage presence too, which is sort of like, depending on how you engage with it, it's like, oh, this could be kind of off-putting if you're like, what's this freaking, what are these two up to? Like this is like,
yeah.
Like it's kind of like cartoon villainy, pro wrestling heel turn kind of like vibes as well. But it's also like very clear that if you pay the slightest bit of attention, that like, oh, this is it's an affectation. Did that come like as a natural sort of thing, or was that something that, hey, let's try this, that came out live performance? Talk about.
Yeah, so I think a lot of that also just came from, I had Flies for a few years, and then I started working at a comedy club, and I was around comedians all the time, just consistently watching them work change, and a lot of comedians are not the same as they are on stage, like so many of them. But I took a lot from working there, where I was like, oh, this is, especially where I lived at the time in Cincinnati, I was like, there's this whole element kind of missing from the live performance, at least where I was, where it's like, there's this whole thing we could be doing as live performers instead of just like playing the song, that's it. So I started adding in stupid stuff to see if people were paying attention, just like little things, little changing the voice and messing stuff up on purpose, or like bad starts and like little things that I started being like, oh wow, this is actually all a part of the Mr. Fly's world, because it's already like chaotic and falling apart. And it's even as I went on, I was like, oh, it's even funnier if he has like, we have a high-pitched voice and you sound like a child and you're playing this like loud stuff. And it was always my brain started going like, whatever the opposite is of this genre, like what would be the sheer opposite of what someone would do with this music?
Right. Not like big tough guy, beard and beer belly, black shirt, peace and love. Kind of like, no, it comes up very unique, very different. The suits and all that, like that's, I mean, clearly I'm a fan of that kind of thing too. It's not what you would expect. It's incongruent to the sounds that you're hearing in a way that's kind of interesting, where it's like, oh, I wouldn't expect to see that with that coming out of the speakers necessarily.
Yeah. And I think that's like adds to it, because I mean, I love clothes, I love an outfit, I love things, and I love building stuff like that. And I just think as time went on, I very much started the band as like, okay, we're just going to do this to get kicked out of places. Like it's a joke. Like we're going to, and we got kicked out of a lot of places. and there's a lot of old videos of like police being called on us. There's a lot of like insane videos like that, and that's what it started to turn, where I was like, oh, I can be silly and funny with this and still do music where people are like, wait a minute, what am I like? I love the confusion of people being like, what is this? So like,
Right. Yeah.
That's what's cool about it. Is like you can't, the weirdness sets it off kilter even more.
Well, and you two bring such an intensity to what you do, and you're very serious about the musical aspect of it, and that part is completely played straight. And that to me, like what I don't like that kind of thing is when it's like when the music part is lazy, where it's like the Pizza Underground or something, not to beat up on Macaulay Culkin like 15 years later or something, but where it's like, I get it. I get it. Like I get it, but like if you had like put more effort into the actual playing and just had the concept be the funny part, then that would have like been more up my alley. And what I don't like what I don't like is that when people don't treat the music part seriously. Or let's put it this way, not to my sensibilities at all. Because I think that you can do a lot with even things still being serious, quote unquote serious, music wise, and you can have the rest of it. Maybe everything about it is, completely straightforward, except for this one thing out of 20 that's like this completely crazy thing, and you just let that be the crazy thing. Not be like, hey, check it out, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Look what we're doing. Yeah, we get it. We know. We're not complete idiots.
I think that's a very crucial part, because it actually makes. If we look at it like a good joke, what makes the joke good is the music needs to be. If you're gonna do funny in a band like that, then your music has to be fucking good, and it has to be your show has to be tight. And I feel like that's where you will lose people, because I know what you're talking about. I've seen other people do it too, where I'm like, but then people are like, what's going on? You got to be good in order to do that, because like it won't work. Like it won't work. And we rehearse, like when Danny joined the band, we were doing like every day 6-7 hours of just like drilling, because it's like, if we're gonna do it and we're gonna hit it hard and like back how I wanted to do it before Danny joined, it's like everything has to be perfect before we can even add the fun, the sprinkles of fun. And
that's right. Yeah. So you have to get everything like this letter perfect, like exactly the way you want it. Muscle memory, just knowing that it's gonna be the best possible thing it could be. Okay, now you can get to the foolishness.
Yes. Especially as a 2-piece, because there's no safety net. It's just like, if I fuck up or, if he fucks up, it's very apparent. So it's like, we don't have a bass player, like a second guitarist that can kind of fill in the noise or whatever,
It's pretty apparent if somebody dicks up. Yeah.
Yeah. Very apparent.
Yeah.
Well, and that, so, I mean, I don't know if this is a great topic. I hesitate to move off it, but you were doing a power trio for a little bit there. What happened there?
Go, Danny.
Yeah, that was really fun. We had our friend Abby Hart join us.
Great. I love her. She's great.
Yeah, she's amazing. We met her on this tour that we did. Our first tour, me and Clinton's first tour together. We toured with a band that she was filling in on guitar for. And we just really clicked with her. We loved her stage presence and her attitude and her musicianship. And so we just kind of kept in contact with her, and we started playing with her other band, Mr. Flint and the Pink Cigarettes. And we kind of wanted to switch up the set a little bit, because it was right before we started writing new songs. And we were like, what if we added a bass player just for fun? And then Abby was like one of the first names that came up, and we were just like, it's got to be her. She's got the style. Yeah. She's got, the stage presence. She's really fun to hang out with, and she's a really nice person. And so it just all kind of made sense to us.
Yeah, and that's something where, I for sure playing in service. But then also, like, her other bands, like we played with Mr. Clit as well. And I was like, all her bands are, like, really good. Grammy's cool. Like, all of these bands were, like, and it's like, she's just like, this is a great musician, and it's sometimes you just find people that you're like, oh, I like hanging out with you. I think you're cool.
Yeah, I've known Abby like when I first moved to Cincinnati, I knew Mr. Clit and the Pink Cigarettes was like the band that would come through all the time, and I lived up the road from the You've played the
with
Comet
their fuzzy
before.
amps.
Yeah. You played the Comet, yes?
Oh yeah, Comet. Yeah.
Yeah. So they would always come through the Comet back when I lived in Cincinnati, and they were like the band to go see, like all the time. So
it's a good show. It's a fun time.
Yeah,
you know?
and I was even then I was like always intimidated by Abby from afar, knowing her from them being like, they're so cool and they look cool and they're doing this crazy thing, but then they were also super nice. So she always stuck in my head as this, like, anytime she came to town, I would always like sneak out and go see her and just try to catch them because they were just crazy.
Yeah. So I didn't see any of those shows.
Yeah.
So, looked great.
Yeah, it was fun. She's a great, like Danny said, she's a great player. She's a really easy hang. She's a really fun person to be around. She's very caring. She's very kind. She's works her ass off. In my opinion, when I think of people that are coming out of like Indianapolis, I always think of like Abby, Mr. Clit, and stuff like that. Because I mean, they tour all the time.
Yeah, they put in the work in, right?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And everywhere, like every time I talk to her, I'd like find something else about like, oh, they did this tour in Europe of several, like 10 years ago, and then they've did this stuff in Japan, and they've done. I'm like, you guys have been everywhere.
I'm surprised. I mean, some bands don't have that drive. They don't have that interest, you know, to do that. I mean, certainly most of the ones in Milwaukee don't. It's like, oh, you're just happy playing the same 3 venues over and over again until you die, huh? Okay.
Yep.
Well, right on.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Follow your bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Looks good on you, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, and there can be, certainly I feel this way that like when you find people, they're like your people, right? Where you're like, oh, this is someone that like I share, there's common cause and things along those lines. And the natural progression is like, oh, well, what if we played together? What if we did something together? So on and so on. So, I mean, it's like, again, from what the video and stuff I saw, it seemed like very natural. It was like, oh, they're a 3-piece now. That's crazy. Because I think of them as like one of the quintessential 2 pieces.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like the whole thing for this band too has always been like no rules. Like, let's just do what seems fun. And I think that there was just like Danny said, it was just like, well, let's just try a bass. Why not? Like, who cares? Let's do a run. Let's just have fun. I love Abby. She's, like I said, she's great hang. And I like Abby's such a good musician that I don't have to tell them what to do. Like,
right.
And it's just,
isn't that great? Yeah.
It's so good. Cause it was like, she showed up and we would show her the songs and I was like, play it how you would play it. I like the way you play. So play it how you would play it.
Yes.
And it rocked. I was like, it put a new spin on it. And I was like, this is what Abby would do. I wouldn't have thought of doing that. This is what Abby would do. This is great. Right. This is what I wanted. You to be you.
Well, because, why have people play with you if you're just like, hey, do this, this, and this, and this way, and, follow this. If you want to Billy Corgan it up.
Yeah. No, I personally can't stand that. I'm like,
move over. I'm just going to do it. Okay, great.
Yeah,
great.
I'm like, I want you in the band because I like what you do. Like, if I could do it, I would just do it. Like,
right, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, that ethos certainly is something I'm interested in. It's like, I mean, you wouldn't be here if I didn't like what you do.
Yes,
flat out.
Yes.
Believe me.
I think that's the way the world should work.
I mean,
in my opinion.
One would imagine.
Will it? No. But
no.
We can always dream.
So, Danny, how do you feel like your styles changed in the past few years? Like with just like you guys hitting as hard as I keep saying hitting hard, but just doing as much stuff as a band as you have. Have you changed anything about like your practice routine or anything along those lines to? Stay in shape for one thing. I mean, playing drums is such a physical thing. But has there been any changes in your process or any changes in your routines or anything with that?
I mean, I'm always kind of practicing and working on something. I'm always trying to get better. I mean, I've really been playing drums since like the pandemic, like seriously playing.
That's crazy.
I got my first set in like 2020. So like I'm always trying to get better and, push myself musically. And there's a lot to learn. And I mean, even just like a quick scroll on Instagram, you're like, oh my God, there's like 5-year-old is playing
Some
circles around.
child, yeah, just like
Like
going nuts.
crazy.
It's like, oh.
And not that it's like competition or anything, but it's just like I want to play like that. Like,
Right,
I want to express myself to the utmost, that I can. So I've taken lessons the past like year with this guy, Eric Area, and he's in Marina City and the Diamonds and a couple other bands, La Armada here in Chicago, and he's an incredible drummer. He's like an educator and percussionist and everything. And I've taken a couple lessons from him and just learned a ton. Like, it's the type of lessons where I can go with him for like an hour, and then I have a month worth of practicing to do. And I think that's been helping me a lot. And just having that like new perspective and everything. But yeah, I feel like overall I've gotten a little bit tighter as a drummer, and I'm always trying to like kind of even out my tempos. So I think
right, yeah.
better, especially live. Even just listening to the Empty Bottle recording, I'm like, man, I could not have played this consistently like even 3 years ago.
Right.
So
yeah. But you have the practice of doing it. You're thinking about it in different terms. You're building that part of the craft up to have even the awareness of it, let alone the ability. Which I mean, some people it comes naturally. That must be nice for them, but everyone else has to work.
Yeah, it's not weird, but it's fun and it's an ongoing journey.
Yeah.
So
has the writing process changed in recent years at all?
I think so. I think the writing process is definitely changed in the sense of past versions of Flies and the past people I've had. I'm always the one that's working the hardest. I'm always the one I'm the one that's being like, we're gonna play 30 days in a row, and then the drummer's going, no, I'm not doing that, or being like, we need to write songs, and it's like I'm bringing stuff, and I am doing the thing where I'm like, why don't we do this, or why don't we try this, and like pushing, and I think that. Now, Danny being in the band, and Dan's been in the band for a while and comfortable and stuff like that, it's a lot easier to be like, hey, I have this, do your thing. Like, it's like that kind of stuff too, where it's like, it's very much, Danny wouldn't be in the band if I didn't trust him with stuff that I brought. And
sure,
I think it's the same thing too, where now I bring stuff and it's very much, there's open conversations about riffs and there's open conversations about structure and things like that now, which I didn't have before, where now there's a different set of eyes and ears that I can trust, where it's like, well, why don't we do this instead? Or why don't we flip this? And it's the same thing. Danny can do that to me and it's well received. And I can do the same thing to Danny and be like, well, why don't you do this and change this? And other relationships I've had before, which I hate, by the way, I don't hate these people, but I hate this working relationship I'm about to talk about, where you present an idea and you're like, why don't we try this? And they're like, no. It's like, you haven't even heard it out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
can I finish the sentence before you shut me down, please? Thank you.
And I've been in writing moments in the past where I've worked with people like that, where I'm like, you haven't even heard the idea. Like, we can do the idea and then dice and dissect. Like,
then poop on it,
Yes, shit all over it. Make it brown. I don't care. But like, let's hear the idea first. And I do like the relationship that Danny and I have, especially with writing now, is that where I can bring something and we can be like, I don't know, let me save some of that. And no one's like, oh, my feelings are hurt. It's like, no, we'll save some of that. Or Danny could show me something. I'm like, we could use part of that. Or I show Danny something. He's like, we could use part of that. And I feel like the songwriting is getting better because it's more organically two people creating something than it is one person being like, well, I just want it to be guitar the entire time. Or like, I just want it to be drums the entire time, because it's just two people. So I think it's definitely gotten to a point where I'm like, this is great. Now I'm excited to bring something, because I'm like, I wonder what Danny's going to do with this. Or like, if Danny brings me something, I'm like, oh, I wonder what I can do with this. Like, it's cool. I love it.
Yeah. And especially on the new album too, there's some like different writing processes that we had. Like the first song was kind of impromptu, and we were already in the studio tracking the songs that we had planned. And I was at Clinton's house before we went to record, and he was like, oh, I have this like idea, like this piano idea. And we literally just were sitting at his house, like talking over it and building it up. And then when we went to the studio, we just like kind of knocked it out on the spot. And that was something we've never done before. And there's another track on the album where it came from a drum riff first. And I don't know if we've done that before with like Fat Chance, but I think, yeah, the more we work together, the more open the process becomes, you know?
Well, and from the outside, it shows. Like your newer songs hit a little differently than the older ones, you know, and it's very clear that you're exploring different things, like in a cool way. Not in like, you know, hey everybody, we're doing a psychedelic freak out here.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
But just becoming more yourselves. And I find that, you know, most of the bands that I'm really interested in, most of my favorite bands, the ones that I like following, are all very they maintain a curiosity about their own songs and their own playing.
Mm-hmm.
And that might sound obvious until you stop and think about how many people are thinking about the laundry or whatever when they're when they're going. It's like, why are you here then? Why be here?
There's
Nobody's making you do this, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah.
If they are, blink twice.
Yeah, literally. There's a lot of that happens where I'm like, songwriting is such a fun art. And I think there's that thing where we talked about earlier where there's like, I'm just not a fan of rules when it comes to making art. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, anytime I approach songwriting or anything like that now, I'm very much open with it, especially with the band where I'm like, okay, I'm not used to somebody also wanting to contribute because I'm usually the one having to do everything. And so it's really nice to now be like, okay, I can bring songs. This guy's going to put his twist on it and add his input, which isn't going to change my mind about it. And then it's just going to become a different thing. So I think that's the most exciting thing about songwriting is it starts as this like weird snowball effect. And I don't know why you wouldn't want more heads or like cooks in the kitchen for that to like create this completely new thing. None of you guys would have thought of like on your own. I love that. I'm excited about that every single time I'm working on a new piece of music for anything where I'm like, I can't wait to see what everybody else does with this. This is going to be so sick.
Well, that's about as good as a pivot as I can think of to talk a little bit about Gatta Morta.
Sure.
Which I know you've been sitting on that for a long time. And,
yes.
I got a little insight into the into the naming process, which is always a hellscape without end for any new band, in my opinion.
It was a several weeks of going through every name you could think of.
Yeah. What name have you thought? Nope, taken.
Yeah.
Nope, somebody hates it.
And some of them were surprisingly not taken, which I was completely shocked.
Yeah, I always save those back just in case.
And I am. Yeah. There's some of them where I was like, that's not taken.
That's where I pulled Household Gods from. It wasn't even the first band name. I was just like, how about Household Gods? And I was like, yeah, great. I'm like, good. But I wrote that down like 10 years earlier. I'm like, I'm surprised that isn't taken by something.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I all the ones that I was like, that's not taken, I literally went and claimed the domain. I was like, I'll do that. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
That's cagey. That's good.
'Cause some of the shit I was like, you mean to tell me no one's thought of this? No way. And nothing. And some of them would shock you. Like, you're like,
right.
what?
Yeah, nobody has that. Weird.
Nobody has that.
But yeah, I know this is something that you've been sitting on for a while. You know, it's been percolating for a bit. Tell me how it came to pass.
I still am shocked because it's like it's when you're approached with something like that. All day long, I love Buzz. Buzz has changed my life for the better, and I tell him every day how much I appreciate him and I value everything he's done for me. I mean, like him taking a chance on Danny and I for the Flies tour and adding us to such a huge. I mean, that's crazy. And then the same thing for like helping us out by when shows were canceled before that tour when we were both in Knoxville and he would or Memphis, right? Danny, Memphis.
Yeah.
He added us to those shows when a show got dropped. And when we had our album release for Fat Chance, when we were playing Minneapolis, he was like, oh yeah, let's just put that bill with us while we play Minneapolis and we'll do it like that. Yeah. Things that like, things where I'm like, this is so cool. And to have somebody like him who I fucking love and like also values what I do is just, it still blows my mind. And I could show you the text of every day where I'm like, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, I'm never going to not do it. Even when he's, he's like, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's you need to know. But what I was doing is there was him and I talk all the time. And I remember the day because I was at work. And if he's calling me, it's always about something more serious. It's always like he's calling me. So I was like, oh, he's calling me. So I just get a call and he was like, what are you doing in November? And I was like, I don't know. And I'm thinking, tours, shows, cool.
Yeah. That's
he's
the
like,
thing to think of. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, well, why don't you fly out to LA? I think we should. I have this idea. I want to work on some songs with you. And I was like, what? I was like,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, yes, absolutely. And he was like, give me 3 or 4 song ideas and we'll all meet up. And I was like, well, who's all? What do we mean all? And he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, Cody, JD Pincus, me, and you. I have this idea to write stuff. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this rocks. I was like, I love Cody. I think he's just incredible. JD is the king. I love JD so much. So I was like, great. So he's like, yeah, just give me like 3 or 4 song ideas, send them to me, and we'll go from there. So then the rest of the day at work, I was like, I can't focus. Like, I just gotta, I have to get to work right now. So I write all the time. I write every day. I try to write something every day. Every day I try to write something. So I have so much shit. So I was just like festering through, looking, being like, okay, well, I don't know what we're trying to do. I don't know what the goal is. So I came up with 3, which all ended up being used, which was awesome. And I fly out there, move forward. I fly out there and Buzz picks me up from the airport. We go to the studio and I'm thinking like, oh, we're going to hang out, see what's going on. And immediately it was like, cases open, guitars out.
And getting right into it. Yeah.
Literally. I mean, the moment we landed, it was 30 minutes later, we're starting on the songs. And he was like, I had met JD before. We'd done some shows, the acoustic stuff together. I know Cody from the tour. But to be in a room where it's like, well, I'm not playing with Flies right now. I'm working with these guys. So it's immediately, I sit my shit down. And Buzz is like, show me what you got. Show us the songs. It's like, okay. So pulling out songs. And it's like, it was a masterclass and a boot camp of songwriting. Because it was immediately like, here's my idea. And Buzz was very much like, show me what you want to do. What do you want to do with this? How do you want to do this? Yeah. And I write so much and I work on stuff so much on my own that I feel like forever I've almost prepared myself for this situation where I was like, okay, I'm just going to go in. This is how I'm going to present. This is what I'm going to do. Yeah. And I was gung-ho with everything, just like we talked about earlier, just being like open and a vessel to everything that was happening. So I got comfortable pretty quick of being like, why don't we try this? And we would try something out and be like, well, here's the idea. And those guys are so good that it's just like, I don't have to say
newsflash, everybody. Yeah.
I don't have to say like, oh, it's like this. It's like I showed every riff I showed to Buzz and JD, I would play it once and they had it. It was like, okay. And Buzz would be like, okay, well, why don't we do this, that, and why don't we add this, and then we'll play this like this, and then what do you think about this? And I'd be like, well, why don't we do this? It was a lot of that, but it was super open, and everybody was there, excited to make something cool. JD brought some incredible songs, like the way that man, I love, again, masterclass, because
he's a very unique songwriter.
Yes.
Like there's something real, just like no one writes songs quite like him.
Nobody writes like him. He's got this like, he's tuned into this frequency that none of us know, and it's really cool to be like, to pull from this, where I brought all these notebooks, and I gave him notebooks to, like, because he was running out of paper, and he was like, and I would give him notebooks, and I would be reading his lyrics, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I love this. Like, so we're crafting the songs and shit, and it's just, it was an experience I won't forget, because we wrote the entire record within 4 days. Done. like tracked and done in 4 days.
Yeah.
Like
That's wild.
crazy. And then we came back and we wrote more, and we have all these songs, but it's like once we got clicking, it was like boom, 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 boom. And I'm still blown away by it because Buzz, again, I'm sure Buzz has said it on your podcast, and I've seen it in real life. When he says he is a song creating machine, that man ain't lying.
No, it's humbling. it's like I'm no slouch. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, oh man, like that's.
Oh my gosh, it was like I brought in my stuff, and then what he was adding was things where I was like, I never would have thought of that. Never in a million years. And even when it came to vocals, like him and I again, writing all the time. Him and I had lyrics. I had my lyrics. He had his. JD had his. And the best part was like Black Hall. I wrote the first half, the first main vocals, and then JD came when the song, like kind of the melody changes. JD brought that. JD was like, well, I have this idea for the melody, and Buzz was like, do them both.
Like, why not? Right? Yeah.
Why not? And I was like, holy shit. And then we'd be driving to the studio, and I would be in the back of the car because we would have the songs, and then Buzz would be like, okay, we're gonna do vocals today, and it would be like, well, okay. He's like, you got it. I trust you. You'll have lyrics. So I'd be in the car listening to the song, writing out lyrics,
frantically writing them down.
Yeah, and I feel like all the lyrics ended up being really great because Buzz kept being like, I trust you. It'll be fine. It'll be great. You wouldn't be here if I didn't believe you could produce. And it was just like the way he writes lyrics is I'll never look at lyrics the same way again, because he'll sit there and he has a book, and it's just years of writing in it. And you'll sit there and I'll go, I have this line, and he'll go, okay, why don't you add this? Open up your mouth and say you're clean. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Yeah, like just like crazy shit where I'm like, it's so simple. It's just so quick in his head.
Yeah,
to just be like,
put it
okay.
together.
It's
Well,
amazing.
it's like solving a puzzle to a certain degree, right? But it's something that I think a lot of bands, well-meaning bands, will kind of look at songwriting as like, well, we're building this castle, and it's going to have to, there has to be these ramparts and this and that. It's like, no, just take it stone by stone, man. You're just building a thing. Like, it'll eventually be a castle, sure, but it's like, don't worry about that. Just worry about what's in front of you. Like, make sure you got a strong foundation. Probably want to have a door. Like there's things that like you want to have, but it is always fascinating when you're working with someone that's just like done it for so long. And
it was amazing. It's like all I've learned, the biggest lesson I learned from that is everything I've ever done, I've overthought it.
Oh my God. Yes. That was basically my entire Secret Friends experience for the first record. I was like, oh, I've been doing this wrong for like my entire life. Okay.
Yep.
Right on.
Yep. Completely overthinking everything.
Now I know.
and I honestly, all that stuff from that, I took that knowledge that I learned and I brought it back. And then when Danny and I started working on the Phylzzz record, it was like, it opened this new world for us too, where I was like, dude, we're overthinking it. It's just, we just got to go in and just this, and do this. And I feel like our record and both of us as, coming together for the new Phylzzz record we knew what we were doing then. It was like it felt even better than this worry of being like, oh, does this line make sense? It doesn't have to. Like,
right. Because you're looking at things like through a microscope. Mm-hmm. You're looking at a blade of grass and be like, is the cut of this blade of grass exactly to my aesthetic liking?
Yes.
And it's easy to go down the rabbit hole like that, especially when you're working alone, I think. Mm-hmm. But then you're like, oh yeah, doesn't matter. That doesn't matter even a little bit.
No.
Which doesn't mean like you can't care, but it's like, yeah, but it's not relevant to like the larger thing.
No, it's like it's a different level of care where like honestly, when we came back, started working on Fly's record, it's like I think the biggest thing, the care I can give to the listener is me not caring about what they think and organically being myself more.
Right.
And I think that was the biggest thing that I took away from that. Whereas I was like, I'm being brought out here because of what I do. That's what I need to remember. I'm here for this opportunity and to be in this band because he saw something of what I'm doing. And I can't forget that. I can't come home and be like, oh, the Fly's record, it's gotta be this. It's like, no, we gotta go in this space. And Danny and I took that knowledge that I got. It's like, we're just gonna be us and do exactly what we like. And I don't care. And this new record, to be fully transparent, is a complete departure from our last stuff because there's a lot of slower stuff. There's piano-driven stuff. There's more falsetto-driven stuff. There's operatic stuff in it. It's a very big departure, but it come from that space of being like, I don't care if you don't like me. I like me, and I want you to hear me.
It's like the John Candy documentary. I like me.
Yes. Yeah.
So two things. One of which, records are records, live is live.
Yeah.
And then also, you guys are at the point now where it's fine not to have to play every song live.
Yeah.
A song can just be a cool song.
Yeah.
And you can appreciate it and love it, and people can get something out of it, and you don't ever have to worry about playing it live.
Yep.
Especially when you have, because when you start off, you're like, oh, we only have 8 songs. Oh, we get, which one do we get rid of so we can put this one in? And like, it's very easy to get militant about that, and get like locked into the, but then maybe it's like, oh, well, maybe that would be a good song to play live.
Yeah.
I don't know, try it, but not getting precious about it.
Yeah. I think that's. Go ahead, Dan.
Oh, sorry. It's nice to be able to choose and be like, what's the vibe for this kind of show? Like maybe we should end on this one or whatever, And then it's also nice to have some songs now where it's like, this is a studio song and it's meant to be listened to like this, and we can't really do it live.
Absolutely. Well, and you can help tailor the experience that way too, right? Like, because I'm not advocating everyone go the Fugazi route and just don't have a set list and like magically go off of like what people are. And that's terrifying to me. I'm like, no, that will not happen. That will not be a thing that I ever do. But there is something to be said for like, hey, let's bring this one out for this one, or let's do like this over here, let's move this over there. Let's try this out. I think that's cool. I like that as a listener. I certainly like it as a performer. And I think it's something where if you're going to be a catalog band, then that's something you should be thinking about in terms, and it's not that you have to be. I mean, honestly, some bands, their catalog, not so great. There's bands that, like, they can be a cool band, they can have a cool sound, but it's like, there's no songs for me to hang my hat here, so I don't care.
There's plenty of bands that I love live because they're crazy.
Yeah, it's a good show. Oh my God,
it's a
crazy.
Good show.
Yeah.
It's a good show. But there is plenty of those bands where I'm like, I go to see because they're crazy. It's a live show.
And there are also artists that put out fantastic records, and it's boring as hell live.
Yes,
I don't care about seeing this.
Yes, there's
that's
so
more
many.
Sad to me.
Some of my favorite artists are the ones that I love, like super sad, depressing shit. Mm-hmm. And I've seen a bunch of those artists live, and I'm like, man, I could have just listened to the record at home.
I could be sitting down. I could be in my home.
I could go piss way easier and not be
right, exactly.
Like,
yeah, and that's especially I think that's a modality of music that definitely is prone to like not being a thrilling and compelling live show. I'm not saying everyone needs to be doing David Lee Roth jumps or anything. I'm just saying, what compelling can be different. Like I think Black Heart Procession has an incredibly compelling live show, and like there's nobody doing like jumping through hoops or getting beheaded or anything. At least not the shows I've been to.
Beheading.
I was thinking of Alice Cooper, but
I was gonna say that's a wild thing to put on your input list.
right. That's a third thing that I listed, right?
Can we mic up the guillotine? That's for the end.
We really need to check the guillotine before it goes. Thank you.
Only 57s on that. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I need to hear it in my monitors. No, but that's exciting too, because I think there's and there's something we said we were talking earlier about and having a curiosity about your own songs and things along those lines. But like, you two are very thoughtful people that are it's clear to see you're very engaged. And there's, like you mentioned with the playing, that there's no coverage for like, oh yeah, whatever, I was spacing out there, sorry. It's like, no, everyone knows. Everyone heard. Most of them are judging. But I think there's also bands that, all right, I'm never one to bring up the White Stripes when I have a two-piece band on, but there is something between Jack and Meg that, like, it was great. Like, it's those two together, I like more than anything else Jack White has done, like, by a pretty large margin, frankly. And it's not to say that, like, those other bands aren't cool, or they don't have cool songs, or, I mean, of course they do. But there was something about just, like, how they played together that was very special. And people focus on all the most facile and annoying things, to my personal sensibility. But I think there's something to be said for that. It's kind of underplayed of, like, that, hey, these people play well together. Wow, what a freaking concept, right?
Yeah.
Because, of course, every two-piece band, oh, you sound like the White Stripes. No, we freaking don't. We sound nothing like the White Stripes.
That's the thing, like,
have you heard a different band? Do you know one band? Is that the one band you know? Huh, great.
Yes. And I consistently am like, when we do the show, I always have the joke where I'm like, we're not the White Stripes. And that always stems from every sound guy at the beginning of this band. I would be like, we're two-piece. And they'd be like, White Stripes, got it. Every time. And it would be like, and then we would play, and they would be like mad at me, being like, well, that was not like the White Stripes. And I'm like, you said that.
You said it. You said it.
And it was like the early days of Flies, where it was like all the time. So I would make that joke all the time, and then people were like, "Yeah, you don't like the White Stripes," and I was like, "I fucking love them."
Don't say that. You said it's not what we're doing. Yeah.
I love them. And when we played Nashville on the Melvis tour, Jack White came to that show, and he came in the green room. And the first thing I got to say to him was, I was like, we don't do autographs. And he laughed really hard. And
great.
He was super nice. And I was like, I got to tell him, Danny and I both, I was like, huge inspiration. I love everything you do. I naturally, the two-piece comes from watching you when I was a kid. And he was like, thank you so much. You guys did a great job. Super nice.
Yeah.
Friendly ass guy. And for some reason, I have screwed myself by being like, we're not the White Stripes. And people are like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I like them. I like them.
Exactly. You're cheering for the wrong reasons.
Did you say the joke that night? I think you skipped it.
Did you?
I think you
No, I didn't, because he was standing on the side of the stage. I could see him.
Oh, that's more reason to do it.
I was like, no, because I hadn't talked to him yet. And he comes in. Have you ever met him or seen him in person?
No, never. Well,
Okay.
I saw him at the bottom of the hill in like 2002 in San Francisco, but like I was just there. A friend of mine was like, let's come see the White Stripes. I'm like, okay.
That would have been sick.
It was great. Literally the only time I saw them, by the way.
Well, he's super tall. So when he came in, he was just like this glaring giant on the stage side, and I was like,
Glaring Giant. That's a good band name, right there.
Yeah. I probably already bought the domain. Yeah. But I remember we were playing, and I like looked, because Danny's always to the left of me. And I went over to look at Dan, and then I saw him standing there, and then I saw Buzz with him, and Buzz was like laughing because Buzz knew what he was doing. And I was like, I saw him, and I was like, shit. So I was like, went back, and everything in me was like, I have to. We're not 21 Pilots. Like I changed everything, because I was like, no. But he's so nice, such a nice guy, such a nice guy.
That's so funny. It's an opportunity, but also like that's good on you for the discretion.
Yeah. Because I was like, dude, this is absolutely one of my heroes, and I was like, I am not gonna go off on the wrong foot. And who knows?
Because you never know how it's gonna land, right? I mean, like Devo, like "Dare to Be Stupid" by Weird Al, which is like the most clear and present Devo homage ever, and a very good song in my opinion. Some people in that band think it's great, and some people are like, "No, I hate that. That's not what we sound like." And it's like, yeah, but fucking Weird Al did an homage of your song. Yeah, right. Yeah. Amazing picture.
My fucking hero. Yeah.
For the audio listeners, there's a picture of Clinton with Weird Al. And also, as far as like in the style of Dare to Be Stupid's pretty good, man.
It's
good. That's a really good
great.
song.
What a compliment! Like if Weird Al would 100%. All of our bands combined, if Weird Al did a version of our bands, we would all be like, damn, that's better than anything we've ever done.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Yeah. I've won at life.
Yes. I would be like, I'm covering that. I'm covering that.
Can we just cover that? Yeah, exactly.
That's something I actually should look up because I feel like there has to have been somebody that Weird Al has covered. I've seen Weird Al 10 times, and I'm like,
Right.
there has to be somebody who has done his cover. Like done his version.
I think
of their
Ray
song.
Davies did. I think he did
Really?
Yoda. I think he did like if I remember correctly. Why do I know this? But I think he did did half the song regular and then like half the song did the Weird Al version.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I'm almost positive, and that is a very Ray Davies thing to do. So it's
Yeah.
it's in character. So even if it's not true, don't tell me. But
That rocks. Yeah.
because I heard that years before I heard the Kinks.
Yeah.
You know?
Same.
Because I was like a Dr. Demento kid, so it was
Yes.
it was like, all right, that's another song. Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Yes, me too. I thought Amish Paradise was the song.
Right.
I was like, this rocks. I was like 10. I was like, this is sick. This guy's got crazy hair and it wears
Yeah.
shoes that I love. Rad.
Yeah. It's and there's I think there's a spirit to what Weird Al does that crosses over to the to the freaks, nerds, and weirdos of like the post-punk, like noise rock, whatever community. Like there's some bands where it's like, yeah, that's in a genre I like, but this is jock music.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it's bad, but it's like, it's jock music though. And that's not really my sensibility. So anytime I see someone coming from like, that sort of space, even if it's not explicitly comedy music or parody music, I think it comes. Sparks is a good example. One of my favorite bands where it's like, oh, those guys were, no wonder England latched onto them and they never had a hit in the U.S. Of course.
Yeah.
They're full
Incredible.
of nuance. Yeah, the United States of America, land of nuance. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get that for sure.
We'll get there.
I was noticing on this tour that you guys are, first of all, pretty comprehensive tour. And go to MrFlies.com or social media, Instagram, whatever, Bands in Town, like whatever people are up to for all that. Pretty comprehensive tour. You're playing a lot of places. You're going out on your own. This is the first kind of like bigger tour I think you've gone on your own in a while, I think, right? So how has that, you get to have a live record where people were vociferously booing you. So you're prepped for any situation, I feel like, even both kinds of music, country and Western.
Yeah.
This tour, and I've noticed that because I'm like kind of nerd that looks at this kinds of things. Like the shows, it's like, oh yeah, that's I like them. That's a band I like from that town. Oh, those are the homies over there. That's great. It looks like it's very specifically tailored to be like kind of the coolest shows possible for each place. And was that a pain to put together? Or that's come together pretty naturally.
Well, we kind of started it, booking it on our own, and we got probably like everything but like 5 shows, and it took forever. We have this huge Google Doc of like,
oh, I'm familiar.
yeah, just Google Doc shows forever. So the thing's like, I'll tackle venues, you find the band, whatever. And so we spent probably like a month putting it together, and then we had like 5 shows where we were like, man, I'm not so sure, blah, blah, blah. And we were recording during that time too. So we were super busy when we weren't like practicing to record or recording. We were like in our phones on the email. And once we got to that point, we actually got a booker. And so he kind of helped us fill out those rest of the day dates. And yeah, it all came together. My friends that I used to work at my coffee shop with did like all of the design work and the posters and the design for the shirts and everything, and it kind of came together after that.
Yeah, and that's something that if you're going to be out for any significant amount of time, and people don't talk about. Well, first of all, it's looked at some shameful thing to self-book tours, which I think is nonsense. But it's a lot of work. It's more. How much work do you think it is? It's 5 times more work than that.
It's 2 full-time jobs.
It really is. It really is. And there's like a craft to it for sure. It almost turns into an art sometimes of being able to pull it off. And it's something where weird stuff will just happen and we'll just like, oh, that just got totally boned. So that's now like we're starting from 0 on that because like X, Y, and Z reason. I feel like the default. This is very cynical, but like the default for everything is indifference. And if you don't have that, like, lovely, but assume complete indifference towards anything you're doing. That nobody cares who you are, what your songs sound like, who you played with, anything about you. They don't care. Nothing about you.
Yeah.
If you start with there, you'll never be disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean,
sometimes you'd be like, oh, I'm a big fan. I'm like, thank fuck.
oh, yeah. That's how you're going to have a good show if somebody's like, hey, I know you guys. I like you guys. I'm excited.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, yes, engagement.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
We know this will be a good show now.
Yeah. That's the hardest part, I think, is just wrangling the bands.
Yeah.
You know, just
oh my God.
emailing next week, emailing. And it's like, do we have a show for this? They have to
I think so. We got to find out if the bass player can get off work or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's that, but 30 times in a row.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a hellscape without end, but it's the payoff is you get to have shows that are ideally good, engaging, and playing with bands that are something you're excited about, and that's very special. But it's a lot of fucking work.
It's a lot. It's a lot of work, and then it's also the weird. I think the thing that gets me to is like the. We have a big rule in the band where like I just don't work with assholes, and like
it's a good rule.
It's like it's the one time. I give you one time, and after you're an asshole to me once, it's done. Like it's just done. And I've gotten pretty good at. We are pretty good at vetting the band first, like vetting the bands.
Like see who they played with and who knows them. Yeah.
And like seeing like how they are and kind of like investigating, because if you understand this, Conan, it's if you're going to be out that long, I at least want to be around 50% of the time being around people who want to be there at least.
Yeah.
And that's again
nice. Yeah, that's a good ratio.
Yeah, that's just like you were saying earlier, you kind of have to sometimes be like, this is just what it's going to be. But at this point, I try to be a little bit more. We try to curate a little bit more. Where it's like, if I'm going to be out there, and let's say whatever X venue we're already having problems with it, I don't need the bands to be assholes to me as well. Yeah. So it's like we've gotten really good at vetting through that and finding people who are excited and want to play and like want to have a good night and want to have fun, because I think that in general makes a good show. And that comes back from my knowledge of comedy world, where it's like, if all the comedians are competing against each other, the show's probably going to suck. But if everybody is having fun in the green room, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a good time.
And that's what I want from any of our shows, where if all the bands can have fun and everybody's like cheerleading each other. And also that helps if something goes awry. If a guitar a string breaks or an amp fucks
cymbal stand goes wonky. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not that would ever happen.
Right.
Yeah.
No, they're perfect. And guitar strings never break.
Yeah.
That's a lie. You don't have to buy them. Yeah.
No, certainly not.
But it's I think it makes such a big difference when it does take forever. It does take so long to book a tour, but we definitely put more care into just being like, I just want to play with people that are excited. And if that show means that I truly rather play a bill where there's maybe 20 people in the audience, but everyone's hyped to be there, versus playing a 100 cap room where the bands I know hate me and there's a huge problem, and they're treating us like shit.
Bad
and
vibing all around.
Bad vibing, and they're talking shit about us. It's like, I much rather play the room with 20 people where all the people are excited to be there, and the bands are excited to be there all day.
Well, and there's something to be said for that, because ideally, like, at its best, you know, when you're doing this, you're digging into this, you know, primordial river of creativity and catharsis that can take people beyond their humdrum every day and have a transcendental experience. And sometimes you're just digging holes. I mean, sometimes you're like, no, I'm just literally I'm shoveling this dirt from one place to another, and that sucks, but that's the work, and that's the work of it. And I love / despise how people just refuse to consider it work. But it's like, well, but it is work. Is it fun?
Yeah.
Of course it's fun most of the time, but it's also work, and that's okay. And why is it that that's like shameful to talk about? I don't know. I bust my ass at this. You kidding me?
I don't get that, dude. We talk about that all the time. I can go on about that for days, and so can Dan. I want it to be my job, and I'm thankful that I'm at a point where it's pretty much my job.
You're getting
now.
there. Yeah.
And like, I have an amazing supportive partner who is very much like, can't wait for you to leave for the store. And like, you know,
right. Yeah.
But I'm in a position where my partner, he is so supportive. And if I were to call him today and be like, hey, I'm going to Europe for 3 months, he'd be like, that's badass. I'm so happy for you.
Supportive.
Like, and supportive.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm at a point now where I don't have a job. I'm doing this, and it's great. And it's because I've worked hard, and I've sacrificed, and I've worked. And I think I agree with you, and Dan would agree the same thing, where it's like, it is work. And when you put the work in, you will be rewarded. But if you deny the work and you want to skip steps or pretend the work doesn't exist, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
well, and
Danny could tell you.
People have a tendency to focus on results, and it's like,
yes.
Well, cool. Those are great results. I agree, but you didn't see everything. You know, it's like the iceberg, right? You see the very tippy top of the iceberg. It's like, no, there's everything underneath the water that you're not seeing.
Yeah,
and most of it you probably wouldn't even want to see, but it's like that's what it takes to make that happen.
Yeah.
And everyone just wants like a shortcut. Oh, you want a shortcut? Wow, just like everybody else? Great. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's like a sense of entitlement that comes with some of it, where people
with musicians? No way.
Yeah. It was like, you know, they go on like, you know, tour for like 2 or 3 years, and they're like, all right, I should be filling this out, or I should be doing this. And it's like, sometimes it takes just like grinding for like 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, to get even like in 100 cap room.
Well, and it's, if you really enjoy what you're doing, if you really think like what you're doing is worthwhile, and you enjoy the people that you're around, then it shouldn't be a chore to do it. It should be something that you it's both it's risk and reward at once, right?
Yeah.
And that's you know, nobody's coming to this TED Talk, by the way, unfortunately, but but it's great to see when stuff pays off, like just what you guys have done, where it's like, no, they're busting their ass, they're putting it out there, they're connecting with people, you know, the word of mouth. People are like, oh, you got to check these out. You know, people, when you get to the point where it instead of being, oh, these guys, it's like, oh, these guys.
Yeah.
That's like the difference.
Well, and you know, and like we talked about, I'm very business oriented with everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And with the band, it's like things I think about that other bands don't think about, that they will probably be like, that's stupid to think about. Well, guess what, bitch? I'm paying my bills with it. So it's like, and it's the thing that I think about too. And I'm sure you think about this, Conan. Here's a nerd topic. Transaction time. How can I speed up the transaction at the table? Right.
Because you want to get them all in for people like, I don't want to wait for this. I'm going to get beer instead.
Yes. So there's things where we think about that, where I'm like, okay, we have the TV that displays all the merch now. It's like a rotating thing. I upgraded and got the square terminal that is like can take multiple payments. I can just hand it to you. We've changed it all, and we've even with our Enrique, our new merch guy. I come from a background of sales, moving stuff, and I was like, okay, here's how we're going to do this. Here's how we're going to move product. I need you to keep inventory. We keep track now of cities of what sizes sell better in that city. Like, it's so you can plan a tour and go, well, okay, I know I'm going to need this many XLs, this many larges, this many mediums, because this area is heavier in that. This area I can do a lot more mediums and smalls, and I know that they're going to buy the oddity and the sticker stuff more. And I feel like bands don't think about that.
No.
And I'm like, well, you have to.
You really do. Well, there's so many people don't want to admit, like, if you're in this for sustainably, you're selling tchotchkes to drunk people.
Yes.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And as absurd as that sounds, no, but that's what you're doing. If you
That's what
like,
you're doing.
that's what's keeping this
Yes.
ship moving forward. And if you don't, I don't like doing that. Well, you're unique and special, and I love that for you, but it needs to be done. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen it a million times, and I'm sure you've seen it a million times, where I get the messages from the bands, and or people will be like, how do you do it, or like how are you guys doing it, like what do you guys, or who are you using to help you do this? And I'm like,
who is the magic wizard that is helping you? Yeah.
And I'm like, homie, it's me and Danny, and on the road we have Enrique. That's it. Like, there's a plan when we hit the venue of like, Enrique knows just do merch, set all that stuff up, and then we'll check on it. And we quality control check it. I trust Enrique now, but we come and check and make sure and change things.
It's optimize it, make sure it's set up that you can move things through quickly, find things. You know? Yeah.
And I feel like so many bands that I talk to, where I get into the nit and gritty of this kind of stuff, and I can watch them just like die in the face.
Their eyes just kind of glaze over as you're speaking to them, and it's like, okay. Well.
Where I'm like, touring is not, it's fun, but a lot of it is not like, I'm just in the van with my buddies and we're having a good time. No, if you want to be successful and stay in the van with your buddies, you have to be business oriented.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many bands have you seen where this like, oh, we didn't bother to set up merch? Okay. Great.
95%.
It's like, what are you doing? Come on, what do you think you're doing? Like, what this is like? What are you running off good vibes? Going to put that in the gas tank? Going to pay your rent with that? You know?
Yes. and I very much too am like, I want everybody to succeed. I do believe that everybody can succeed, but do I believe everyone's going to put the work in to make that happen?
Hell no, no way.
No.
Because nobody likes that being the answer. Nobody likes it. I'm like, well, that's the answer. So,
and I'm happy to share knowledge. I truly believe leading with kindness has been the biggest reason why so many doors have opened, because I'm kind, I'm respectful, and I try to always be an open door. If somebody needs help with something, or like if they need advice, I'll give it. I'll give it. We got shit on in our local scene because this band we played with at Empty Bottle, there was a girl that was asking how we did reels, how we do reels.
Mm-hmm.
I showed her how to do reels. I was like, this is how you film them. And she took the advice, ran with it. She posted the reel. Within a couple days, it got over 1 million+ plays. She got a record deal, management, touring. She's opening up for all these national acts now.
Wow.
The band's called Ladder. They're
That's
blown
an ironic
up.
name for that, by the way.
Literally, yeah. They've blown up. I think that they're a great band. Meredith is very nice. All those people are super, super nice. And that is a prime example of just taking advice and running with it. And she did all the work. She did all the work. And then a couple weeks later, we were reading an interview of this interview got sent to us from another band of this other band that was in the green room, just shit talking us for helping this person learn how to do something. And it's like, all I did was say, just film it like this and post it. Don't worry about it. That's literally all I said.
Yeah.
And she ran with the advice, and I was cracking up, and Danny and I were laughing. I was like, so this band's mad that we helped a band, and they think we're awful people because we helped a band, and they even say in the article, well, they did blow up, so we really can't say much. But they were like, we fucking hate people who use social media and just do that to grow their band.
Here's your trophy, dude.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, you're the winner.
Call me when your parents' credit card limit runs out. Okay? Yeah. Give me a call then.
Yeah.
Give me a call then when mom and dad stop paying the rent on your artsy apartment. Okay, I'll help you. I'll help you try to figure out how to market your band.
Yeah.
But it's like that shit. Like I want everyone to succeed, and if I can help and I have a bit of advice or I have something I learned, I will gladly share it. And then and you know this, everybody knows this. It doesn't matter though, because there's always going to be people like that are going to shit and gonna be like, I hate it. It's like, okay, man, I've seen that happen in the comedy world and I've seen that happen in the music world. You're going to be exactly right there.
Well, and people really love to come at things from a place of judgment instead of being curious in any way, shape, or form. It always has to be like, oh, this person, they're terrible because X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, hold on a second. Like, well, how do you know that? Like, where you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're dealing with every day.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's strange to me. I mean, which is not to say to suffer a fool for sure, but like, because I won't do that either. But I'm also just flabbergasted by how many people think that you can be an asshole and stick around and have a sustainable career. It's like, really? Why would you think that?
I just
you
don't
think you're that good, huh?
I just don't make. I just don't make time for it anymore. Where I'm just like, if I can avoid it, I just avoid it. I just rather keep my circle of people very small and go to what I want to go to. I'm not the biggest person to like go to every single show, but if there's, I try to support as much as I can. I try to shout out people and opportunities where we can. And even from interviews I've done with Gatta and stuff like that, and interviews we've done with Phylzzz, we try to shout out people that we like in the scene. And
the Cobain thing, right? Kurt Cobain was like a perfect example of that.
Oh yeah.
Just help as much as you can, but the people who are just gonna shit, they're just gonna shit, and I'm like,
well, that's a big growth. But that's a big growth process too, of just being able to recognize that. First of all, it rarely has anything to do with you.
No,
not always, but it rarely has anything to do with you. It has more to do with them and how what they aren't. They're either not seeing something in themselves, or noticing worse, a lack of something within themselves, and they're angry about that. But rather than correcting that or doing work on themselves or whatever, they're going to externalize that anger towards others. Turn to a therapy session, sorry. But but it's true. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. And again, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like, people only seeing results. People see, Phylzzz are blowing up. They're playing all these cool shows. I want to do that. Do you intend to work to that goal?
Yeah.
No, I just want it to happen. Okay, well, there's your problem.
Yeah.
You shit in one hand and wish in the other and see which one fills up first, boy.
Yes. Hey, guys, I lived in an apartment that had no electric or running water for 2 years, and it had broken windows and was full of crows. So that was pretty much part of my life of paying $100 to live above a man's building that
all
had
glamour.
no AC or electric or anything, because I was like, well, I have to tour. I need a place to sleep when I'm home. So
right, yeah.
You're right. People skip over and don't see that stuff. And I mean, Dan still works full time and still tours and has to come back. And luckily, right, Dan?
Yeah.
Do you find that balance to be challenging at times, or do you have a pretty good handle on it?
Oh yeah, it's challenging. I mean, I work a really low stress job. It's really very easy. I'm just a barista, so
oh sure.
But it is a full-time job, and it's when it's that, and for example, when we were booking, it was I work a full day, I get home and I'm in my phone booking, and then in the evening I'm practicing writing. So it's just it was like having 2 full-time jobs, and I love doing the work for Phylzzz, and that's why I do it. I want to get to the point, hopefully next year, but I want to get to the point where it becomes my job, and we're on the road more often than we're not, and I think it's going in that direction. So
I mean, it seems like it. It seems like you guys are running hot in a good way, and that's great. But it's also, you got to do what you got to do to take care of yourself too, and make sure stuff's working on the home front, right? I mean,
it's sometimes
things a lot like chat pile, right? those guys, all of the success they have is all completely earned, and they've been on this incredible train of just growing and growing. Their music means so much to people, but those are all guys like they played with us in Denton, and it was like, oh, this is nice boys from Oklahoma. There's another good. There's a second band I like in Oklahoma. Great.
Yeah.
That's all I thought about it, because there's a lot of great bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of it too, I think, of like building a sustainable career is also just keeping things like what Clinton was saying, business-wise, keeping things slim. And like when I think about
keep your margins.
Yeah, when I think about Chat Pile, as big as they are, they're not screwing around in buses. They're not recording in crazy studios. They have their little camp, and they make all the records there, and they just keep it efficient and like cost-effective. And
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Because they have years and years of playing in bands that are not big.
Yeah.
And when you've done that, when you have to like stretch a dime to go a dollar's worth, right? You build a certain set of craft and skills that don't happen when you got daddy's credit card,
Yeah.
that's not a thing that can happen. And they still make records the same way, and good on them, because they're great records. And by the way, had either of us had our stuff together, would have had those guys on before we both went out on tour. But whatever, it's coming in the fall. They're coming back on. Sometimes I just forget about stuff, frankly.
Well, you had them at Caterwall.
Yeah, they played twice. They played. Yeah. Yes, I don't remember which years, but we had them on before, like they kind of hit big, and then we had them on like after as well, and they're great. They're welcome any year. We love them. We think
they were great. Super. I remember it was the year
I have hung with them a lot in the years. We've only played together the once, which is hilarious.
They were so nice at Caterwall. They were another band.
Really
it's like
kids.
Again, kindness. They were super nice because they were at Caterwall and they had their merch set up next to ours. And the singer was like struggling for a Sharpie. He was like, please, anybody, I need a Sharpie.
I need a Sharpie. And yeah.
We just gave him the Sharpies we had, and he was so nice and such a cool, nice guy. And I was like, well, yeah, this is the bands that I want to work. Like, and these are the bands that work, that are just friendly and nice and happy to be there.
Like the least you can do is give Chat Pile a Sharpie.
That's your claim to fame. Yeah. They're the nicest guys, and they're very good at what they do. I love those dudes. Like I can't say enough good things about them. Anybody has anything bad to say around them, better not do it around me. That's all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's but it's not about how many people don't realize that seem to realize it's like, well, it's not just your genius being blasted out to this world. Like there's like other people, and like whatever. It turns out that like the world of art and music can have some fevered egos. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who could have predicted such an outcome?
And if this was, it always goes back to me saying the same thing. Like, I'm so grateful for my time I spent at the comedy club, because I was around probably one of the best group of people that have been in the industry for years, and we're just like, they could just be getting scolded by a comic, just being talked to like shit, and they could just sit stone-faced through it and go, yeah, you're not gonna do anything. Like, you're not gonna do anything in this career. And you would watch a year later, they'd quit, and the owner would be like, yeah, I told you, I've seen this a million times.
Because they've seen it. Because
they don't succeed. Yeah. They don't succeed. And then all the people that came in that were super nice and friendly and just killed and crushed. I mean, I watch them grow. Sean Patton is one of my favorites, and like, he's grown to a point where like he's on. I see him as a cameo on like every single television show there is, and I'm like, well, yeah, because that guy was nice as hell. Like,
yeah, because if people want to see you, people don't just want to see you succeed; they will actively help you succeed.
Yes,
if you are not an a-hole.
Yeah.
Yes. Every time.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like, and you know what the thing is that happens is, the people that act like that and are shitty and do that stuff, they learn too late. It always hits them too late.
Yeah.
Where it's just, and they become the jaded guy at the bar who's like, oh, I could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been me.
Glory days.
Yeah, and it's like, all you have to do, I guarantee, that's the one thing where it's like, I guarantee all those people, I could go, how were you 10 years ago, though?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Yeah,
I'd go
really?
into venues and I'd tell bands they sucked right to their face. And it's like, oh, great, cool.
Yeah.
No, I can't help you buy that drink, but have a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You're so close to getting it, but you're not quite there.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Dumb guy syndrome.
right, exactly. Yeah. It's like I'm like, okay, which isn't to say you can't come back from something like that, but at a certain point, it's like, maybe you should apologize for that. Just saying.
Yeah, but I do agree with you on that too, though, Conan. I do believe that there can be redemption in those situations where.
Sure.
I've seen it where people go, you know what, I really fucked up and I shouldn't have said that stuff and I shouldn't have been like that.
Yeah.
And I've thought about it. And I have immense respect for people that can do that. Immense respect for people who go, you know what, I shouldn't have acted like that. I shouldn't have treated them like that. I shouldn't have talked to them like that. I fucked up. I apologize. Immense respect. But I think that there's such the ego death happens sometimes too late for people to be able to do that.
Yeah, the damage is done, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Where then
And
it's
that's,
like, should have just said sorry.
right, exactly. Yeah, you could have headed this off at the pass if you had just not escalated or whatnot.
Yeah.
Tell me about you guys did over and over again, did that repetition the song, and then Emma Draws a Dog. Tell me about both those songs.
Go, Dan.
Yeah. So Over and Over Again was one of the first songs that stuck after Fat Chance. And we had the first good 3/4 chunk of it for a while. And it took a minute to figure out that last part.
Mm-hmm.
And we added the 16-note hi-hat kind of groove. And then, it just came together. And so that was the first one. And we recorded that and Rodeo Clown at Electrical Audio.
One of the best studios in the land. Yes.
Oh my God, the best. I love the drum sound there.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Again, preaching to the choir. The drum sound at Electrical Audio is great.
Yeah. It turns out pretty good. They're getting good over there. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
They're getting it together.
Yeah. So we did Studio B for those. And then Emma came later, and that was a riff that Clinton had on his laptop that he had shown me in a hotel room a year prior, maybe.
Oh, man,
and,
okay.
It was one of those things where I was like, let's bring in that song. I want to work on it. And so we start working on it, and halfway through, we just add a hardcore part.
Yeah.
We were just having fun with it, and that ended up being so fucking heavy.
Yeah.
And we recorded that one with Evan, who did the big chunk of the album, Evan Peters. And we did that in a church with him. And so we tracked the majority of the album there. And we had a couple days where we were doing finishing vocals, mixing, stuff like that. And we were working on Emma, and it got to this point where we were like, I don't think that needs to repeat again. What happens if we just cut it out? And so it was kind of like a tangent that I went on, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. But if it does, it could be cool. And so we're like, okay, let's take this entire instrumental section out. And then I was kind of thinking a little PJ Harvey, Slint kind of thing of what if you whisper this part?
Oh, sure. Yeah, bring it down. Yeah.
Let's bring it down. And then add the guitar scrape. And then it hits back into that last boom part. And I just feel like it just set off the song in a way that was really cool. And it was interesting because that was something kind of like the first song on the album, Flea, with the piano. It was first time we really kind of had the song come into fruition after tracking while we were sitting with it. And I think because we had that time, we had more than 3 days. Fat Chance, we did it.
That's right, yeah.
And
that was done really quickly. I remember that's the thing I remember most. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
It turns out if you have time
money.
to sit with it, you can.
Yeah. Yeah, we had time to sit with it and listen to it and get to know it and kind of figure out what it needed. And that was a really cool experience because we haven't really had that before.
I mean, it's a great luxury to have. You
Yeah.
know that I feel like most people that have that like don't take it, don't appreciate what not having it feels like.
Well, I think it's also goes to say too of like having that time is great because all I want in any project in any songwriting circle that I've been in is I want the best song.
Mm-hmm.
My ego does not exist. If that means everything, like if that meant the song is going to be the best if it is just me whispering a vocal, then do it.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's like I ripped the greatest lead I ever ripped, and then somebody's like, if we all were like listening to it and go, you know what, the song's gonna be way better without that lead. Do it. Whatever makes the song the best song is what I want, and I think that was been a great experience being able to sit with these songs where it's like, well, how can we make this song the best it can be? And sometimes that involves cutting whole sections out and removing things. I love it. If that's going to make the song better, great. And again, I'm sure we've all been there. I've been in those circles and I avoid those circles and I choose not to work in those circles anymore of where you write something and someone's like, I really like my part though. Well, it's killing the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Other
have
than
to
that
both-
one technicality, it's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing. I don't ever want to listen back. And I have records and we all have that where I've listened back to stuff and I think Fat Chance is really good, but Fat Chance is a record where I always go, if we had more time, just more time,
Right.
I could have done stuff a little bit different. And this one, the new record, I'm like, we had the time. And when I listen to it as a whole, I'm like, I love it all. It's everything we
That's
needed
great.
to do. Yeah.
Well, especially because you've been pushing the songwriting to different directions. I mean, I remember the first time I saw you guys play Rodeo Clown, I was like, oh, wow, this is didn't have this on the scorecard, you know?
No.
that was, but it was cool. I was like, oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, and people love that song.
What's that?
And if people love that song, that's
Yeah,
like
it's great.
that's the song that is the most like asked to play, the most like people really want to hear the recording, and because we've been playing it live for like I don't know, like a year.
Because that's right. Because it's for the first time I saw you play it. Yeah, it's like a couple years later. Like I heard you play it just recently and was like, oh wow, that's really like come a long way. Like it's the same song, but it's like it just seems so authoritative and so like it absolutely makes sense. Whereas before, when I first heard it, I was like, huh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's came a long way, and we spent. It's one of the first times we spent some like serious money on doing a music video for it because and the guy was texting me just now that the colorist just finished it, so we got to look at the finished one. But
oh, cool.
We had like a 30-person crew do like a really solid music video for it.
Oh wow!
And I didn't realize how much goes into music videos. And for literally a train drag shot of. It's just like it's a single shot, but it's a bunch of moving parts. I didn't realize how much it took to do something like that, and how many hours it takes to do 3 minutes. Like,
no, it's
huge respect for those guys who do it. Like Ethan Eli and Charlie, who did it, are like they're these kids from DePaul, and I shouldn't even say kids. They're really good at what they do. They just hit us up, cold called us, and was like, we're getting into making music videos. We have access to all this high-end crazy gear from our school and the CineSpace where they film all the TV shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And we just took a chance with them, and they came up with an amazing product. And they had a pitch deck. They had visuals. They had makeup artists. They had teams. And I was like, yeah, guys, I've been wanting to do a video. I don't know how to do it. You guys are the expert. What is your vision? I love the vision. Let's execute it. Let's make it happen. What do you need? Give me the budget. What do you need? Tell me how much. We'll pay it. Make it happen. And, we talked to them and they said they got a lot of no's, and we were one of the only people that said yes. Most professional guys, I've not worked with more of a professional crew that just had their shit together. I gave them a budget. I gave them the money. I wrote up a contract and I was like, just give me receipts, stay in the budget. They stayed in the budget. It was crazy. It was so good.
The system works.
Yes.
Yeah, videos are, and I've certainly dabbled in that. You know, on both sides. Like, we've done plenty, but like I have done videos for other people, and it is rewarding, but it is so much work.
Yes.
Like, it's so much work in a way that for people that are really built for it, maybe they don't see it that way. But I have to kind of get going on it, and if I don't get going on it, then I'm be like, I will never do that.
Yeah.
But once I start doing it, like, oh no, this is cool. You know, I'm digging this. You know, let's move things around. Let's, you know, change the color palette here. Let's do this. Let's do that. But yeah, respect for people that like are like really good at it and really like excel at it, because it is an entire discipline that is like sorcery practically.
Yes. Even when like comes to like, I love making Instagram reels and making stuff. I love making that stuff. But even then it's like, to make a minute reel that feels good takes a couple hours.
It takes a long time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's not quick. Like, I'll do the quick ones, but then I'm like, no, I want it to look like this, and it needs to be like this, and
well, I think of like when you guys did those the tour. The tour entries. I mean, that was great. That was, and then I see a bunch of people doing that now. It's like, all right,
yeah. It was, but they're fun. But they take forever, and I think the thing is, when I see them too, I see bands doing it, I'm like, awesome, you should be doing that. And then in my head, I go, give it 15 days. And they're gonna,
man, I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not going to.
Even for the 30-something, even the 30-something days that we did, which I'm going to do it again.
Job.
Yes, I'm going to do it again for this next tour coming up. But
my God.
It's like, I have a kind of like a template that I follow now where I'm like, okay, I could do it like this, but I've told Danny and I've told Enrique, I was like, there's going to be days where you guys are going to have to drive because I'm just going to be editing reels.
Sitting there just freaking,
making them pop, adding the stupid shit, like making it fun.
Yeah, exactly. You're just down to the content factory, cranking out that sweet content. But that's the communication method of our time, though. And and people get mad about it. It's like, well, I didn't make the rule. I mean,
well, I didn't make the rule, but like, I also think about this too. Imagine it was 1989 and you went back in time and you gave somebody, you were like, hey, you can take this and you can make a video and it'll reach millions of people. I guarantee every fucking band would be like, give me that shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they would be doing it all night long. And I'm so grateful we have that technology where we can do that now. Cause you've talked to him. We've all talked to him. Talking to Buzz about back in the day and trying to get your band off the ground and driving to 17 hours to nowhere, Texas to play for one person and then being like, okay, well, I think we got to go up this road and I think you make a left.
Bust loose the Atlas. Oh, yeah.
And being like, oh, well, I think that's the venue because it's supposed to be Bail Bond strip club, then venue.
Right.
I can't imagine doing that. And to have this technology now, it's like, why wouldn't you take advantage of it? Use it.
Yeah. Well, and there's ways to do it that are not the inherent repulsion that people seem to loudly bray about when they're talking about it. Where it's like, no, you can do like things that match your sensibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, you should be.
Yeah, kind of like what we were talking about with like the Empty Bottle show and like how we have theatrics that were in tight bands like words. And I think it's like the same thing with like using social media as a tool because that's what it is. And it's like you can do it in a way that like matches your band like visually and thematically, and it doesn't have to be like this cringy, embarrassing thing. Like it could be whatever you want it to be. Yeah. It's a tool.
And I think when people go cringy and embarrassing, they think of the same things where it's like POV, this is the first time you'll ever hear a band like this. And it's like, but that's like anything else. Those have been overplayed. At one point, it worked and people used it and it was someone's original thought and it worked. But it just takes time to find the find what is, like Danny said, the original voice for you.
What works, and it's exactly it's the same thing, you know, with music. It's the same thing with podcasts. Boy, let me tell you, you know, it's like everything where it's like you got to find out what works for you. That's something that makes sense, and it's not necessarily what someone else is doing too. Like, because it's not one size fits all. Because there's been things I've been like, oh man, this is gonna kill, and it's like.
Yeah.
And there are times where it's like, here's the dumbest thing you've ever heard. Huge. I'm like, okay. Great.
Yeah.
Hey, trust me, brother. I've made a lot of reels, and I know the ones where I'm like, nope, that didn't work.
Yep.
That did not work.
Yeah.
And you know, and we've gotten naturally we've gotten flack from people, and even people in our circles where they're like, oh, you're gonna be making reels and stuff like that. It's like, brother, I much rather make a video than sit for 15 hours trying to make a poster. I'm sorry. I rather sit and make a video. And also, a part of performing is putting yourself out there. So
yes,
you're never going to escape it. You're going to put yourself out there eventually. What do you think happens if you get signed to a major label? Do you think that they're going to go, hey, here's $1 million. We'll never have to see your face again.
Right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You're never going to have to work for it. No, we don't want the money back. We want you to go enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Please, sir, please.
These records, we don't care if these records sell. We just want to give you money. Like,
Yeah.
That's just a part of it.
Right. Yeah, like I feel like a lot of it too is just like with social media, the whole social media conversation, and kind of going back to like we were talking about with that band with the article talking shit about us. It's kind of just like I feel like they always have this like shtick about like, oh, but our artistic integrity and stuff, and it's like,
yeah,
but don't you want your vision to be heard by as many people as possible?
Because they're not confident in it. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, I got a song in the last Secret Friends record, Way of the Neutron, called "Integrity Wins Again," and it's about exactly that. And they could listen to that song all they want because that's what it'll get you, friend. Here's your trophy. Congratulations.
It's so silly. Where I'm just like, music is fun and I love doing it, and it's a big part of my life, and I feel like I genuinely don't know what I would be doing if I wasn't playing music. I don't know. And I try to think about like, what would I be doing with my life? And I'm like, I don't know what that would look like.
Same.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to even sit here and think about, well, what would it be? Like, I don't know anything else other than how to do this. And I want it to work and I want it to be successful. And I know a part of that is having to put myself out there, and I just don't care. I love what I do. I love my band. I love making music. I love being a songwriter. I love sharing what I do. And I think a lot of people can't get over that cusp because they think liking what you do is embarrassing. And I'm like,
maybe it's imposter complex or something.
Sure.
Or, maybe there's some factor at play that we can't possibly be party to. But I think inherently, well, and largely, if you think about it from a monoculture perspective, the stories that are told about music, everyone's a temporarily embarrassed superstar, right? There's rarely stories about like working musicians in the way that there are somewhat with comedy and like other art forms, but it just doesn't exist. So it has to be something where it's like everyone's kind of putting on airs to a certain degree. And it's like, well, okay. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But, there's still going to be rest stop toilets involved in whatever you're doing. And we all know you're pooping in weird places just like the rest of us.
Yes. I have
why not make something fun of it,
Yeah.
I have a friend who whose friend, this is a weird story, but he was putting videos out all the time. This is, 2012, 2011. Was putting videos all the time on YouTube at the time playing guitar. And I remember everybody around at that time was like, that's so embarrassing. Why would he do that? Putting all these videos on YouTube. Long story short, he's now the guitarist for Harry Styles.
Right.
So it's like,
yeah.
Like, that guy in maybe to his friends or people he doesn't know, it seems like embarrassing, but that guy's playing with the biggest artist.
Yeah,
like
turned out okay for him. Yeah,
yeah, and I'm like,
turns out maybe it wasn't that cringe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the way that flips too is, I still talk to this friend that is friend with that guy. The way he went from being like, that's so embarrassing, to being like, I'm so proud of him.
Oh,
It's
sure.
so
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you? Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know, man. I remember what you would say.
Right. And I think there's a thing with social media where people judge upon the criteria of how they would react to it. It's like, okay, but are you sitting there scrolling social media all day? Oh no, I barely look at it. Okay, so maybe you aren't the audience for this then.
Yes. Maybe it's not for you.
Maybe it's not for you. Do you think there are maybe people that aren't cynical, jaded, glory days motherfuckers who are in bands that will be looking at social media? Oh yeah, I guess there would be.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for them.
Maybe that's why we made it. Maybe we made it for the people who like the band and we want them to have more stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of people that are jealous of the band's success. Oh yeah, we're not catering to that audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wild idea.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, I'll put out videos of me in a dunk booth that you guys can come and what do you want?
That would probably kill, Frank.
That
would be pretty good.
maybe I'll do that.
And honestly, it's so freaking hot right now. I'm kind of down for it too. I'm like, set it up. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'll talk about mad trash. I'll get right to the core of your being.
Ooh, yeah, maybe we could do that. We could set up one of those booths that they do at the Renaissance Festival where you could throw tomatoes at the person.
Oh, that's right.
See, that's the business mind monetizing.
Yeah, you're doing it, man.
Monetizing the haters.
Never stops working. Working.
You're like, you can pay $5 throw tomatoes at me. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I got your money.
Yeah. And then I'll videotape it. I'll clip it up into 30-second reels, and I'll monetize those reels.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
A couple things before we round this out. Stoked. I went down to the Tom Ock Melvin show. Of course, saw both of you there. I realized, by the way, everyone but Patton and Stanier have been on the show.
Really?
Yeah. We were talking about having Stanier on, but I was like, wow, I guess everyone's been on Protonic. That's cool.
He's
that's
very
a
nice.
neat thing. Yeah, I don't know why that hasn't happened, but
I feel like that would definitely happen. He's a very nice, cool guy.
I love all his bands, so putting it out in the world. Patton, I'm sure I'm too small potatoes for Patton, but he should come on here because I've had Billy Gould on. I've had all the rest of Mr. Bungle on, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. I'm making it about me. Sorry.
It's your show.
Yeah. Goddamn right it is. My name's in it.
Yeah. Remember, we just talked about you can't be embarrassed of your own thing.
Right.
You should be proud. You've done a lot of cool stuff.
I have. Sometimes I forget about it. I'm like, oh yeah. I did do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of cool stuff, History of Bad Men, man, that was cool. I knew that had happened because that had happened with the shows that you played with Melvins. It was St. Louis and the other one, right? But like that was still so cool to see live because that's such one of my favorite songs on that record, which is that's my favorite Melvins record, and that's one that lends itself well to like big voices. It's a big voices song. So I was like, oh, freaking awesome. And Lauren, who's like right next to me, was like, had no idea it was coming. She's like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's been really
like
cool
that,
to do that.
She's like, oh my God. yeah, exactly. Pitch it up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's been really cool to do that stuff with them. Buzz and I had talked about it a couple times of being like, hey, maybe come out and do something or sing or we'll figure something out. We talked about it a bunch. And then before that run of shows, I was like, oh yeah, we should definitely do something together, especially with Gatta, knowing that Gatta's
knowing that's coming, right? Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
think it actually was that
cool.
day it got released to the world.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
So I was talking to Cody.
Yeah, so I was
stage,
I was like, we're gonna definitely plan something. So we did it in St. Louis the first time, and we just did one at the sound check. Did the sound check. I came in at the wrong time at the sound check, and I was like, oh God, no. Please don't let this happen live. So we did it then, and then it went over really well, and we had a good time. So when we came, we were talking about, I was like, okay, the song's getting released. We should do it at that show. The fun thing about that show was their sound check, they basically only had like 5 minutes to do a sound check before door.
Awesome. Great.
So they got through like part of a song, and then I was out there and Buzz was like, come on. He's like, we're gonna do like 20 seconds. Come on. And then he was like, Dale, just start it. Just start playing. And so played. I got to yell in the mic for a second, and then Buzz was like, okay, it sounds cool. So when I went out there,
we can hear it.
yeah. When I went out there though,
yeah,
they had I just think because of sound and all that stuff, there was nothing coming out of any monitors up there.
Oh no.
So and it just shows what a workhorse of a band that is.
Yeah.
Because anyone else in that situation in a venue that big where it's like a reverb tank, you know.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
You're getting hit back with it. And there's barely anything coming out of monitors up there. And they're just rolling with it. And I go up there and I'm like, oh no. Yeah. So I pick up the mic and I can hear Dale behind me. And Dale is just loud enough where he's like I could tell where it's coming in. And I was able to look at him and be like, okay, I know where it's at. Because up there, reverb tank.
Yeah.
But it ended up being really cool. And it just shows how fucking good of a band they are.
Like a machine, yeah.
Where I was like, dude, how? Like, they've just powered through. They sounded incredible. Like, it's awesome. It was just, it makes me go like, man, I can learn so much from them every single time I'm with them. But it's always such an experience to sing that with them and it's one of my favorite songs too.
Yeah,
and
it's really great.
It's just crazy to go from, I remember, I told this story a few times, but when I first saw the Melvins, I bought tickets for my friend who was obsessed with them, and I didn't know them at the time. And then we went, and I was sandwiched between the two kick drums up front, so I was just getting like obliterated with
brain damage level of reverberation. Yeah,
awful. But I was like, I was blown away at that. I was like, this is insane. And then we got around the back, and then Buzz and them were coming out. And of course, I was like, you're amazing. I've never, blah, blah, blah. And I took a picture with Buzz, and I've been trying to find it. I've got it somewhere, but it's me and Buzz. And I put it on social media, and I put Phylzzz Melvin's collab. And my drummer at the time was like, take that down. That's embarrassing. Do not do that. And now I have to find
so
it
wasn't a good fit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Turns
I
out,
was like,
how embarrassed is now, MFer?
And then he was not really in the band after that because I was like, this is not the way we think. But it is crazy to think about that. I think about that all the time. Even that night when I was going up, and of course I'm like, thank you so much, Buzz. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Steven. Like, I think about that where I'm like, that was literally pure manifestation of being like, I know I'm going to work with this guy one day. I just know it. And then it happened. I don't know. I'm still blown away. They're all amazing. And the album is great. And Cody engineered the whole thing.
That's right. Yeah. And he's gotten quite good.
Dude.
He's gotten really good. Sounds great.
The drum sounds, the tones, the way he's so smart. Like, he's so intelligent with like frequencies, and again, like a masterclass of learning where I'm always like, I just thought you brought the volume down, and they're like carving frequencies, and him and JD are talking about carving this frequency and moving this and not touching a fader, and it's just like, what the fuck? These guys are so smart. Cody, all day long, one of my favorite engineers I've ever worked with because he's just got it locked down. It's crazy.
It's getting good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, heard of these Beatles? Yeah, they're getting good.
Yeah. Well, I told Cody, I told him, I was like, well, I 100% want to do the next Phylzzz record with you. Like, 100%. He was like, yeah, absolutely. I was like, dude, the way he's so fast. It's in one room. It sounds enormous. Everything sounds so good. It's crystal clear. It's everything you want. And then other songs that are going to come out, we've got Weirder in the mix with them, and it's like they still sound huge and bombastic and big. Like, dude, it's all day long. I can't wait for him to be doing more studio-wise stuff because he's got a talent that's unreal. So good.
Love it. And then, of course, Fear the Lord, September 4th.
Yeah. All streaming.
Anything folks should know other than buy 5 copies?
Go, Dan.
Yeah, Rodeo Clown video. When does that drop again? The
27th.
remember the date? The 27th.
Yeah.
Yes, Rodeo Clown 27th music video streaming, and then tour September 3rd through the 28th.
I'll link to it in the show notes so folks can check it out and make sure to come see you when you play.
Yes, please come and see the tour. Buy the record. I know AmRep is going to be doing a vinyl as always, and they're going to have CDs available and all that other stuff. But yeah, same thing Dan said. Tour, music video, buy the record. Love your art. Be nice. Support Conan. Support us. The roundabout.
Exactly.
Oh,
Give us your money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah.
Great. So I don't remember if we did this last time or not. It was 3 years ago. I can't remember what happened 3 weeks ago. But last thing, canned question. Only canned question I ever ask on the show. I'll ask it to both of you. Danny, you go first.
Sure.
Why do you do what you do?
Because I love it.
Succinct.
Yeah.
Clinton, what do you got?
Same exact thing, because I love it and I don't know what else to do with my life. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about you, Conan?
I only have done that on. I did it. There's an anniversary. I think the 10-year anniversary. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
More or less, it's because I'm trying to give back the ass kicking that music has given me.
That's
in my
rad.
life. So,
That's rad. And you're doing a great
Trying my
job.
Yeah.
And in the implicit failure of doing show makes something cool in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 468 episodes deep. You're doing something right.
Must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which in podcast years, this show's like 150 or something at this point. But,
Yeah, for real.
Still keeping
You're
it
literally
alive.
you're getting up there with Comedy Bang Bang.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, another like that's not gonna work notion.
Yeah.
Well, turns out it worked out okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And turns out being like other things was not the answer to what that should be.
Correct.
Gentlemen, so great to have you. See you out there, and thanks so much for being on the show. Congratulations on the new record and all the wonderful things coming up. It won't be the last time, I'm sure, but
Hell yeah.
appreciate having you.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much,
having
Conan.
me. Thank you.
Take care. There they go, Mr. Flies. Let's hear a song from this new record. We're gonna do Emma Draws a Dog. All right. Sounds like this.
draw a gun. It's pointed at you. Boom, 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 boom. She traced my hand to draw a gun. It's pointed at you. Boom, 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 boom. You traced my hand to draw a gun. It's pointed at you. Boom, 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 boom. You traced my hand to draw a gun. It's pointed at you. Boom, 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 boom.
All right. That is Mr. Flies with Emma Draws a Dog. That's off of the new Mr. Flies record, Fear the Lord. Available through Amphetamine Reptile Records, anywhere you find your greater music. Your greater music. Anytime you find music. Anywhere you find music. Let's go with that. MrFlies.com as well. 3 Z's. PHYLZZZ. Name of the show is Conan Protonic Reversal. Thanks very much for listening to it. The show airs Thursdays normally, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Podcasted later everywhere for free. No ads, no sponsors, no kidding. ProtonicReversal.com. Patreon.com/Protonic Reversal. $1 a month for advance access. Helps keep the lights on in this joint and gets you these episodes much sooner. Gonna be a bit of a break for the next episode because I'm out on tour, baby. So stay tuned. Be back in mid-September. Hopefully you've enjoyed these ones that have been banked for August. There's a bunch of good stuff coming up. There always is, I feel. Signing off. Maybe I'm being arrogant to say that, but I feel like got good stuff going on in this show. Thanks, people liking the episodes, sharing it around, leaving a review, even liking and subscribing. All that helps people discover the show. And it beats back the almighty algorithm, and I appreciate that of you. Thank you.
50,000 watts of power.
Anything else? I don't think so. I think that might be it. Yeah. Come out and see me on tour. NeutronFriends.com. Sorry for not playing in your area. We've been hitting it pretty hard. But, let me know and I'll give you a sticker.
This microphone turns sound into electricity.
And stay safe out there. You know?
Can you hear me now?
And I'll catch you later.
Out on Route 128, you're dark and lonely. I got my radio on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Welcome to my top 10. like to thank our sponsor. But we haven't got a sponsor. Not if you were the last man on Earth. She was prepared to prove it. This one goes out to a special girl. There is no special girl. It's the end of radio. The last announcer plays the last record. The last what? Leaves the transmitter. Circles the globe in search of a listener. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is it really broadcasting if there's no one there to receive? It's the end of radio. As we come to the close of our broadcast day, got my radio on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? This is a test! If this had been a real emergency,